welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Cassandra and this is the average life of Cassandra. And I've actually been away for quite some time actually. I am doing budget videos. I am going to do more blog videos, and I kind of want to do some makeup videos as well. Makeup is also another passion of mine. But for everybody who has been here with me since, what was it, 2019? Was it 2019? Yeah, 2019. I'm sorry that I've left, and I've completely missed you guys so much. And thank you so much for those of you who have asked about me and checked up on me, I should say. Not necessarily asked, but checked up on me. And those of you who've kept me in your prayers. I know I popped up in and out towards the end of last year, off and on. I did make videos, but I just never posted them. But I did go through a bit of a depression, and I got over it. But I still wasn't there yet. I just didn't have any motivation. YouTube is actually a lot of work. At least for me it is. But to kind of catch up on what I've been doing, it's Christmas, as you guys can see. And it's been a long year, I should say. Early this year, I did, as they say, tested positive for COVID-19. But just to give a bit of a backstory, so when the whole pandemic was happening, or starting, I should say, at least in North Carolina, because that's where I'm from, when it was starting here, when it was starting back at the beginning of February, I did start preparing for it, for shutdowns, for possibly lack of food, and everyday items. I'm kind of a prepper. More than likely, that's probably why I like to budget, because I like to see where things are going. And at work, because I'm an essential worker, so shout out to all essential workers. Never mind, I was gonna say something, but that's a whole nother video. And it was hard. I contracted, however you want to call it, bronchitis from all of the fumes I was inhaling, from sanitizing, disinfecting. There was no ventilation in the office that I work at. Not in the room I particularly work in. It's kind of like it's an office per se, a closet-ish, like an oversized closet. Either way, there's really no ventilation in there. There's no windows and whatnot. So while I was cleaning around the clock, while I was there wiping everything down, sanitizing my hands, spraying disinfectant, it got in my lungs, and I ended up getting bronchitis. I was out with bronchitis for like 2 weeks. Well, I should say a week, and then I went back to work, not knowing that I shouldn't have went back to work, because the caretaker I went to go see, it was like an immediate care type, and I don't really think he knew what he was doing, to be honest. But either way, I ended up tearing a muscle from excessive coughing. And when I went back to the doctor, because of the muscle tore, because I didn't know what it was, but that's what it came out to be. They went ahead and tested me for COVID. This is around March now, I should say, mid-March. Around there, maybe April. I really don't remember, to be honest. I guess I could really think, but I don't remember. But it was in the beginning, and it came back positive. Mind you, this is the early stages of testing for COVID, so I don't know if I was truly positive or not. I can tell you this: I had no symptoms whatsoever. Yes, I had the coughing, but that's because I did have bronchitis. I had no symptoms. I didn't lose my sense of taste, smell. To be honest, the only reason why I was tested is because everybody and anybody who was sick or had anything was tested for COVID. And so because I had went back for the pain in my side for what turned out to be a torn muscle from bronchitis, they went ahead and tested me for COVID, and it came back positive. And in that time frame, if I wasn't the person that I am, I would have probably been out and about with it. But that's just not who I am. So, I could not be the person that knew that I had it I was walking around all willy-nilly like it was nothing, out in public, at the grocery store, Target, all those places. And whoever got it, and like, oh, well, you should have been at home. That's just not who I am. So even though I felt perfectly fine, no fever, no loss of taste buds, no excessive coughing. Once I was over bronchitis, I was fine. I didn't cough or anything. No, nothing. None of the symptoms, no diarrhea, nothing like that. I felt perfect, to be honest, fine. But I was just so, even in my own home, I locked myself basically in a room. I took over the living room. Just because I'd have easy access to outdoors and closer to the bathroom. I live in an old home, so my living room actually has a door that closes to all the other doors. And I, kept my distance, wore my gloves, wore my mask around the family, or when I went into the public areas like the bathroom, cleaned up, disinfected after myself, because I was just so scared. My mom is older. She's not old, but she's in her late 50s. She's in good health, but it's taking anybody and everybody. It has no mercy for anyone. And so I'm not the type to be all right and fine, tested positive, and just be walking about. So with that perspective, I had a lot to think about. And I wasn't really thinking about, debt. Oh, this credit card bill, or oh, that bill, or this or that. I was thinking like, what if I die? What's going to happen? What if I die? Who's going to take care of my kids? I've been going these past few years, not really living, I guess you could say, not living, like not buying what I wanted, waiting on what I wanted. And I'm like, I'm working every day. Why am I doing that to myself? What if I would have really gotten sick and never got my dream car, or never got to go on the trip that I wanted to go to, or never got to, I don't know, just anything. So I made a deal with myself, not with God, but with myself, and said, self, if you come out fine, then let's live. Let's live to live, and not live to pay debt, and not live to work. And so my debt it got pretty bad. Not that it got pretty bad, it is bad. So all the work that I did in 2019 kind of like just went out the window, because it's just like weight. It's so easy to pack on the pounds and pack on the debt. It's so hard to take off the weight and get out of debt. But I want to continue the journey. I want to continue it. I want to share my journey. I'm super excited about coming back to YouTube. I'm super excited about my videos, and I'll talk about that later, as opposed to one of the bigger reasons besides depression took me away from YouTube, because I don't want this one to be too long and lengthy. I just kind of want to come back and say, hey, I'm back. And what has happened to me this past year, being that we're almost over. It is 12/12/2020, and it's been hard. Nobody else contracted COVID because of me and my household. My mother got tested, my husband got tested. Since they tested negative and nobody had any symptoms, I didn't test my daughter whatsoever. My friends that I were around, they all tested negative. So like I said, I don't know if I really had it. I didn't feel anything if I did. And it was in the very, very early stages of COVID testing. So it could have been a false positive. False positive. But the whole point of that is because me thinking that, like, what if I die like everybody else who has gotten it or has just turned on the news about it, especially in the earlier months. I just went out and just didn't just didn't say no to myself. No, let's pay off this debt. No, let's do this. No, let's do that. Do you really need this? Do you really need that? I was just kind of like, hey, we're only here for a short time. Get it, girl, get it. I was my own cheerleader to putting myself in debt. So I am going to recommit myself to, like I said, continue my journey and becoming debt free. I have a somewhat different way that I'm tackling my debt, and I am so much looking forward to sharing it with you guys. And I hope everybody welcomes me back with open arms. And I am so looking forward to it. I want to do more vlogs like this because I feel like it's a good outlet to really just to talk, even though, you know, nobody's really responding back until you leave your comments in the, you know, down below. It's nice to say something out loud and get it off your chest. So I'm excited. I want to say thank you so much for spending a moment of your time. Excuse me. Thank you so much for spending a moment of your life with me. Until next time, guys. Bye.